So I can see if this one's gonna work. They hate to see a true spitter, bro. I'm telling you. Welcome back. Welcome in, everyone. Hopefully we don't get shut down again. Fucking YouTube's a bunch of fucking pussies, and whoever the fucking government officials in the chat were fucking asswipes too. Shutting down my shit because I'm talking truth. Can't get a grip of it. I can't get enough. I love this shit. It's funny. But welcome in, y'all. Welcome in. How we doing? How we feeling? How we doing? How we feeling? Yeah, their purpose is to be fucking crybabies, I guess, because they don't like me saying that hospitals are fucking suicide chambers, basically, and schools are indoctrination centers, and the courthouses are just a shit because they're ruled by the law of the sea, and fucking churches are just slavery camps to keep you stuck within old paradigms and keep your mind a slave. They want to govern your mental. That's why it says govern and then mint. And they want to govern, they want to rule your mental, so they do all this shit with all those things, but, you know, it's whatever. I would just casually talk about it and for the rest of my life, and whatever happens, happens. That's what they do. That's what I swear to God, that's what YouTube did. By the time, like, I started talking about different things, my revenue went down from $1,000 to $200. So YouTube's fucking with my shit on purpose. I know they are. Like, it's not like it's conspiracy theory at this point. Because this is not like a random occurrence. Every time I start talking really good about things like that, they shut me down. And it doesn't end. It's not like an internet thing, because the internet on both my phone and laptop are good. My phone was still recording the live perfectly fine. The only thing that was wrong was the broadcast going out. How do you stop a broadcast from going out? By intercepting the signal from the source. That source being the platform of YouTube. Someone's fucking with my shit. They always do. They fucking shadow ban me. They make sure I get under views. They make sure I get underpaid. They want me to go homeless. Unfortunately, I'm not going to. Which is why I ask for people to donate to the PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, and Chime, because it goes directly to me. There's no interference with it, because YouTube takes a huge cut out of stuff, and it actually keeps me afloat. YouTube is an awful fucking company, and I will never stop saying that. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing something right. They wouldn't fucking bother. You got all these idiots with fucking thousands and millions of subscribers talking out their ass, lying to people. And YouTube's like, keep doing that. Yes, you're feeding what we want, and our agenda's running smoothly. And then everyone who's speaking truth or like trying to make things aware of things, nah, you can't exist no more. You gotta get shut down. It's just annoying, dude. Cause it's like they've sabotaged the fuck out of me, dude. I have receipts for like all of my revenue. It's never been this low. It's pathetic what they do. And I've talked to support. I've talked to the fucking general manager of shit. I've talked to people about it, and they're just like, oh, it's this video from years ago. No, it's not, because it's current day shit, dummy. It has nothing to do with the 2-year-old video. I bet if I went back and deleted that video, nothing would change either. They're fucking lying out their ass. It's pathetic. It's so just stupid. But I'm doing what I gotta do. They can kiss my ass. I'm on their platform. TikTok doesn't like me. Instagram shuts me down even more. YouTube was the only one that like allowed me, because I came in as a fucking wolf in sheep's clothing, basically. A wolf for them, at least. because I came in on one side, and then a year later did a full on fucking 180, flipped that script on them, and said, okay, this is what we're doing now. And they said, no, you're not doing that. We're gonna deduct all your payment. And it's like, no. Because they even went through, they started hiding my description from people. People couldn't find out how to get to my email. People couldn't find all sorts of shit. People have a hard time finding the pinned message as well on the top chat. Like, they don't like me. But they can kiss my ass, because I'm here for a long time. They mess with the live views too. It's so funny because one day I was catching them mess with the live views. People were like, "How do you have 4 views, but like there's 5 people talking, like 6 people talking in chat?" And then I watched it jump up to 13. I was like, "Yeah, we have 13 people in here apparently." And then it dropped back down to 2. And I was recording the whole thing as it was going on, like actively watching the numbers jump. I'm like, "This shit they do to you." It ain't fake. These they fucking want you to seem like you're going schizo or mental, but they know what they do, and they got the controls. Little assholes. I'm sorry. I just think it's funny, dude. How a random 25-year-old got them that scared. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I've been in the huge feeling of the shift that's happening. I've been getting huge signs. I've never in my life had cicadas fly in my room. This isn't really my room, it's a hotel room. But they flew in. I had 5 cicadas in here. And they were just quiet, chilling. They weren't doing anything. And they were just chilling. And I've never had cicadas come around me like that before. I picked them up. I helped them outside. They grabbed onto my finger. They're strong as fuck. Cicadas are actually kind of strong for bugs, dude. They have grippers. They can grip onto things. I didn't expect it. Um, but he was latched onto my finger and also latched onto the window, and it was scared because it didn't know if I was gonna drop it or not, and it latched the fuck onto the window, and I was like, dude, you're okay. Like I was talking to him and everything, but they're all cool. But they've been making noise. They've been outside my door, like window, like crazy, dude. Um, so I'm not even surprised. Like I know this shift is coming. I've been getting major signs from it. Nah, for real. They got the ones that serenade, and then we got the ones that just hop in. Um, and they were cool. One of them left a wing in the bathroom. I've yet to find a shell. But still very good signs. Very, very, very good signs. Welcome in, Anita. How we doing? How we feeling? Yeah, things are moving a lot quicker. Like even throughout like the grapevine, how everyone's been talking, June is a very angel-filled month. Um, so definitely, if you've been getting like inspiration to move forward with things, definitely start moving with it. Hysteria with the Holy Ghost, goodness. I feel that. I know how that is. I know how that can be. Hopefully, everything eases up for you, though, truly. It's a battle we all go through. Yeah, I've been having a lot of crows like fly by. I actually seen a cardinal for the first time in forever again a few days ago. And that was a very beautiful thing. I didn't get to see it fully, but I seen it fly by, and I was like, "Damn, that was a cardinal." Um, but that's good that your altar's been giving you comfort as well. Um, Definitely, if you do have an altar, definitely do be like bringing nature into it, like bringing flowers or like getting water from outside or something, and bringing it there. It's really gonna help things move forward in like a new energy for sure. God, I'm trying to, I'm preparing, but it's crazy. Mm. I feel that, Anita. Not necessarily the 4 years, but I know how it is being celibate for a while and then it popping around the corner like that. Heck yeah, okay, that's awesome. Hell yeah, that's good. The Strawberry Moon's on the 11th, right? If I remember right. I think it's on the 11th. I don't remember. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of things of just like keep your mouth shut about certain things for a while. And I'm like, okay, I guess I will. Well, I mean, there's like plans, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be vocal about, other stuff, obviously. But like, certain plans and everything. When a candle gets all black, that's usually a sign of a malevolent spirit being around. Or either that or like the wick in the candle was wrong. If you have like a Dollar Tree candle or like a dollar store candle, I would watch out because their wicks are not good, and sometimes it will soot the glass. But when there's soot on the glass, it usually means there's a malevolent spirit around, or that there's some form of external force causing a hindrance. Yeah, I get that, Anita. Yeah, like all things personal and stuff of that nature, definitely kind of keep those under wraps. But everything else, it's important to talk about. Definitely take a moment to rest. The draining could just be you accepting a bunch of new energy and then not allowing your body to calibrate to it, and then outputting a lot of energy that's causing like stress and uh, exertion on self. So be careful of that. You always want to make sure that it's not something of you before you go out and search externally for for something. Never let the fact that someone did magic on you be the first thing that pops up in your mind. That should be like the last thing, or really not even a thing at all. That should be up on your mind in that sense. Because even though it's real, it's not going to affect. It's not going to take place unless you accept it. You have to have that, in state. And that includes knowing that that someone's not any more powerful than you. No matter who they are or what they say, that's their words versus your mind. The intent that you desire for that person to have upon you is what's going to remain no matter what that person does, as long as you keep that mental fortitude still. Focus on the thoughts. The reason why those thoughts are draining is because it's continuously spinning that wheel. It's continuously, ripping away what energy you do have. You need to put your intention and nurture those thoughts. They're running with that energy rampantly. So you need to be able to stop and put attention to it, to pay attention. Everything slows down when you're attentive. That's why water doesn't boil any faster when you stare at it. If things begin to slow down, you begin to actually see what it's doing. It breaks down its process. So when your thoughts are draining you of your energy, you just pay attention to them. Focus on what the thought is. Focus on what that feeling that the thought's bringing you, and that's going to allow those things to soothe down. Work on breath work. Breathe through it, and allow yourself to see why it's using the energy, what energy it's using, and what's causing it to do such. If it went dim, there needs to be a bit more intention, a bit more focus on it. A dimming light means that there's not enough fuel behind it. That either it could even just mean that the offering wasn't accepted, or a better one needs to be present, or maybe an extra one needs to be present in that sense, because there needs to be more fuel for that sense. It could also be that you're calling on the wrong deity as well to help you with that working, which is why the candle went dim. Well, the mind can't drain the soul. That's the thing. The mind can't do that to the soul. Only if you allow it. Only if you are allowing those thoughts to go against what you truly desire, and that has a lot to do with your morality in that sense. But if your thoughts are keeping you from, following a path that you're desiring, you need to sit down and actually talk to yourself and delve deep and see what those are happening. Because the longer you wait, the more it's just going to be on you. The harder it's going to be to remove those things. The sooner you get onto it, the quicker and the better it's going to be. But the mind can't derive you from that soul space. Only the the rational self, only the self attached to the physical realm can do that. Yeah, with deities, you need to know who they are. That's the thing with working with deities. They have very specific things that they like. They have very specific ways of doing, and you can only really mix specific deities with specific deities, as they don't get along very well. A lot of them are very, very opposing. Making sure you're sticking within the same regimen and not using a Greek interpretation of an original god as well, or a Greek interpretation of an original deity, is very important. Because if you try to work with both the original and the Greek, it's not going to work, because they're going to say, which one do you want, the real or the fake? And that's where you get to decide on what you want. You may need to connect with it. It might not know you, because deities don't really accept offerings from just random people either. You gotta have a connection with them. It's the same thing as like calling upon an angel and using their name wrong. They're gonna look at you like, who the fuck are you trying to call on? I don't know that person, and they're gonna ignore you. And that's why certain angels have different names for different actions that they're doing as well, and you have to call them for those specific things. It's when working with any deity, people don't really talk about it, but you have to be specific with what you're working with. So I seen someone. Well, that's not gonna work. Yeah, I seen someone send 15